Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great. And how happy we are that you are here, that you have taken time out of your beautiful lives and have come here at this time to be here in the healing spaces, to sit with beautiful beings of love and be loved and be comforted and be in our spaces for your higher growth, so that you can listen more, so that you can heal more and become stronger in the beautiful light. How wonderful it is that you come here and you can partake from our feast of spiritual goodness. For whoever partakes from our loving table grows with strength and with might. For we nourish those who desire the light, and we take care of you so much. And when you come here, dear brothers and sisters, and when you desire it so much, we take you by the hand and we make sure that you walk a beautiful life, feeling us close in your heart and allowing you to take every step with love and with strength, so that you feel guided in your life, so that you may hear these words being spoken, but also feeling the words of truth. And when you feel these words of truth, dear friends, you will feel the beautiful self of you coming through. And you will see that in your life. And your longing will become greater because you will see that. And you will feel that. And so you become more love. And so you become more one with strength. And every step on your path becomes calculated. Calculated because you know how to steer your path. Imagine if you could do this, dear friends. Imagine if every day you became stronger and your steps became more calculated. Because you knew how to work each step with strength and with courage. So instead of hoping, instead of guessing, instead of wishing, now you become in the knowing with certainty that if it is the right path, you will walk through those doors. So happy are those who desire to flow with greatness, and happy are those who desire to walk with passion in their lives, for it is in the passion that you will learn more growth. So we say to you, greetings everyone who comes here to this beautiful table of divine love. I will draw back for a few moments now to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for you with a beautiful prayer to open you to more greatness, to allow you to feel great love within you, so that when you receive these words, you understand them. And so when you receive these words, they comfort you. So again we will say, welcome to this beautiful time. Greetings, I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great. Akumoha Halima, greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Isn't it beautiful to be back here in these beautiful spaces, where you find yourself gathering in love together? Your love will grow forever. And when your light shines forever, you will find yourselves growing in the light brighter. Whenever we as Pleiadians gather together, our hearts grow brighter in the light. And we see each other's heart. And we glorify each other's heart. And we talk to our hearts, because when we know that we're talking to the hearts, we know that the light will shine brighter in the heart. It's just like a candle. When you turn a candle on with a lighter and it becomes greater, and then you see it dancing in the light, it can become so great and so fine. But when it is dull and there's hardly any flame, then you don't see much of the candle. So we encourage our hearts to grow with a flame that is so bright, because we know that when our flames are bright, they dance with the light, and the light dances with us. We get so excited about that. So I'm going to bring a prayer to you, so that you can learn to dance with your light in your heart. And you can see the light in another, so you can turn the light on in another. For you have the power to do that if the other accepts your heart of light. Yeah, okay. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I have returned. I am Divine Universal Master Lord Emmanuel the Great. And I am from supreme energies of divine love and divine light to help many, many, many people here upon the earth, upon your plane, feel the light, connect to the light, and then be in the light. For when you choose the ways of light, your lives become more beautiful. If you could choose between a way of greater light and joy and love, and a joy that is so beautiful in your heart, compared to a road filled with fear and pain and insecurity, which would you choose? And we ask you this because you with a logical mind will say, of course, Lord Emmanuel, I will choose the light. If the light gives to me the joy, if the light gives to me the peace, if the light gives to me the great love that I've been searching for, why would I not choose the light? We ask you this. Why? Because the light is shining so bright upon your plane, and only a few of the masses and masses and masses of people can see it. Most are still blind to the great light. Most cannot see the significant times that you are living in. What time are you living in? The great time of the awakening of greater consciousness, which means at this time a great separation is taking place between the ones that desire the light, the ones that yearn for the light, the ones that want the light, and the ones that do not want the light, and the ones that do not want to stand in their strength, and the ones that will want their suffering. And you will say, Lord Emmanuel, no one wants to suffer upon this plane. And we say to you, if you do not want to suffer then, dear friends, come and join the light. But many will say, but Lord Emmanuel, it's too much work. It's too hard to change. Let me be in my pain. It's easier. It's easier to be in my weaknesses and to have my old habits of pain and fear rather than listening to the light. For the light requires change. It requires feeling. And I do not want to feel in my heart. It's too hard. I choose not to be in the light. So we say to you, dear brothers and sisters, this is a time of change. This is a time of looking within and awakening to something that's so beautiful. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that beauty is? It's you. It's you. It's within you. And this beauty is not outside of you, it's within you, in your heart. This is what light seekers do, is they stop listening to all stories outside of themselves, and they start looking within. For it is within that you find all your answers. It is within that you find your beauty and your strength. It is within that you grow your intuition. And it is within that you can see the visions of love. It is within that you do all your forgiveness. It is within that you dance with the glory of the light. It is within that you connect to your kingdom. It is within. And this is the stage that people are evolving towards. You see, once, long, long time ago, friends, people were so connected. They were connected to all of life, and they felt all of life. They felt the life of the trees and the waters. They felt the life of the vegetables that they ate. And thus they always thanked the vegetables and all the water and the earth for giving them sustenance. And they always ate everything as pure as they could, so that life could become part of their life, because they also recognized that every cell in their body was connected to all of life. They felt in divine, and they felt everything. They knew they were part of the oneness, of the greatness, and their health glorified them, because they knew how precious their health was. So everything they did was to the glory of their own life, not to the glory of others, but to themselves. And they gathered together in groups, and they prayed to the light, and they brought more greatness in to the earth, to allow the earth to become more nourished, so that everything they touched became a greater part of their being, so that they could celebrate life and the earth with themselves and the earth. Can you see how sacred life was a long time ago? They knew of the dimensions upon your plane, and they danced to it. They could create so much together. And for them, life was so sacred. And everything they touched was a grand blessing. For they knew that they were the blessing. And that's why they always connected within, because they knew the sacredness of themselves. And how wonderful it was when they had children, and they gathered their children together with them and taught them about everything. And when they carved many things of wood and of crystals, of stone. Everything was alive. Everything meant something. Everything was to give back to all holiness. Everything was a symbol. The animals, they were part of that symbol. They were part of that sacredness. Nothing was ever hurt or taken away without a sacred symbol. But then people became disconnected. They felt the fear and the anger. And they disconnected themselves from everything. Their consciousness was far from sacred, and they only became cold and numb, and they suffered. They suffered so much. So much that many craved for death. Death, come and get me. Don't want to live. I don't want to feel. I don't want to suffer. How sad. Can you see how disconnected the human race has become? Instead of the old times, feeling everything is alive, everything is sacred, now people learned to cry and scream out to death. Yet we say to you, your life is so precious. It's a gift. With this gift you explore your life. You grow and evolve with life. Now, for those who choose to work with light, the feeling into the heart once again. And when you feel into the heart once again, brothers and sisters, you're beginning to connect with life. Why do I say that as Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great? Because someone might say upon your plane, but are we not connected to life? Life is all around us. I appreciate the sea, the trees, the grass. We say, do you? It is not until one begins to go within and feel their heart frequencies open that one begins to truly connect to life. Within your heart you have beautiful sacred chambers. When these sacred chambers were open, you felt all of life and you weren't afraid to feel because everything was nourished. Now there's a fear of feeling because when you open those sacred chambers to that degree as you did all those many tens and tens of thousands of years ago, you feel the earth, you feel the people, you feel the trees dying and the seas being polluted. You feel the sickness of the people and you feel the hearts disconnected. And so there's a great fear, even among the light workers, to open those sacred chambers. So we say to you, this is why it's so important to understand why there's a fear within to open to that great love. When you find those chambers open, you can feel more love for your children than what you do now. For you say, I love my children, I love my husband, I love my wife. And yet we as divine eternal masters say, how can you truly understand love when your heart chambers are not fully open? For it is when the heart chambers open that we can pour a greater love within you and you will feel the warmth coming within. And yes, you will connect, but you will learn only to connect to love. Why? Because we're teaching you how to do that. So we ask you not to fear that. We ask you not to fear opening to this great love. You might say, Lord Emmanuel, I don't fear that. We will say, yes you do, dear ones. You do fear connecting to all of life. Why do you fear that? Because you know within that a long time ago you were that connected and your heart shone like a beautiful jewel. And then it got so hurt. So since that time, mankind has learned to cover up their beautiful heart and to live in the lower frequencies, to avoid living in the heart. But now, because the light is shining upon your plane again, we say, please work harder at awakening the heart. For within your heart, you will find many secrets. Your visions become so clear, and you will feel the frequencies of life. And we say, forgive everything that you feel is hurting to you, and embrace the love, for the earth, all of life, and the people need your love. They need your love. For how can we as divine eternal masters give the earth so much love that we desire without you desiring it? For we need you to bring it in. We need masses of light workers to bring in the light into their hearts. Because when your heart's open, we can go within it. We can take all your fear and your pain away and bring to you a true love. And you will cry with joy. And you will say, this is true love. I remember it. And many light workers are feeling that. And when you're feeling that, you know you are on the path of great love. And we say, well done. We cherish every heart that opens. We make your hearts more beautiful, more refined, more lovely, so that the earth can feel your heartbeat, so that the earth can feel your light, so that we can bring light into your heart, and the earth feels it, and the people feel it, and your children feel it, and the animals feel it, and the trees feel it. For everything upon your earth needs your love. It's this that's going to connect to life. It's this that needs to be connected to greatness. How will your life change when you desire to work on your heart path? Your life will become so beautiful as one that works within the heart, feels great peace, and the longing becomes so great, and the passion becomes so great, and the understanding for all of connection becomes so great. And their desire to work with love becomes so great. And whatever they touch in their beautiful lives becomes more beautiful because of the heart that shines. When a person is truly connected in the heart, they feel a glorifying peace. And this peace is so blissful. It is a knowing that everything is looked after, that they can surrender everything to the light, and the light will give them everything that they desire. Why? Because the light will always glorify one who stands with their heart in the light. And it's those frequencies, friends, that are awakening. And then you can truly experience love. And you become not numb to life anymore, but you feel. And yes, on the road of feeling, there are many emotions that take place. You're beginning to feel. You're beginning to discover. You're becoming in touch with yourself. During this time, it may be very hard for many. But please understand that when we are your healers, this is only a little time. And then you will be fully into your strength and building that strength. And then you will feel the joy. And it will not take years and years if you allow it to. It will take weeks or perhaps even days. And your life will change every day. And every day you will step into greater joy. And so we desire to teach you this. And so we desire to bring you this. And to help you feel greatness in your life. When you stand in your heart in your life, your knowing becomes greater. You will feel your heart, and you will feel the beat of your heart. When you feel the beat of your heart, you can connect to anything in life. It's that connection that you have been looking for many, 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 many thousands of years since it was taken away from you. When mankind was incredibly connected, the fullness was there. The courage, the strength, the happiness, the knowing, the trust, the understanding. But when it was taken away, friends, when you felt disconnected, you felt the loneliness, the separation, the amnesia, the confusion, the memory loss, the numbness. You did not know what to do anymore. You lost your guidance. You see, your guidance is more important to you than anything on this plane in material goods. You can't buy guidance. You can't buy spirit. You can't buy love. You can't buy joy. You can't buy peace. You can buy a house, a car. You can even pay for good schooling or go for a trip overseas for a small break. But none of these things give you what you are longing for so much. They might give you joy for a few days or even for a few months. But then you become in the realization that you need much more than a house, a car, or a holiday overseas. You need inner guidance. Without inner guidance, a person will not be able to be truly happy. Without inner guidance, you will look elsewhere for guidance. You listen to stories. You might even go to large seminars to find answers. You read many books. You watch television programs, but that's all outside. That's outside of yourself, which may be good because it may guide you to in the heart. All your answers and your connection is within. It's never been outside of yourself. You are a powerhouse of knowledge and of wisdom and of energy. The more connected the person is, the more energy they have, because their energy systems are connected in with light higher. So the battery charges up and it recharges up, and the emotional self needs that energy to be well emotionally as well as physically. And the more connected you are within your heart, the happier you become, because you worry less. Your path is greater. Your understanding is wonderful. When you talk with your words to other people, they are of wisdom and of love. You withdraw from conversations that hurt you and put you in fear, for you're understanding what your heart needs. And the one who's working in the light will always cherish their heart more than anything in their life. Why? Because in the heart lies the power. In the heart lies the answers for everything in your life. In the heart lies your connection. In the heart lies your life. And for the ones who work in the light at this level, their heart is their lifeline. This is how much we encourage you to grow in your heart. In the heart, you have the understanding what is right and what is not for you. You have the understanding what works for you and what doesn't. Your visions become greater because you trust in your heart, and your heart shows you what your path is. The joy in your heart becomes so great because you feel the passion within you being ignited like a grand flame. Instead of feeling disconnected to life, now you're becoming connected every day. And you feel another person. But you feel their love and their greatness. And you choose not to see their negative traits, but you choose to forgive them. And you choose to heal them. For you know that you can bring life into another's heart by forgiving them and allowing them to be. Not to be judging them, but to accept them as loving beings. Because they also hold the heart of love. But at that time, it may be still in an unawakened stage. So they are living in the lower chakras, not in the heart. When the heart becomes alive, your evolution becomes great, friends. Please understand that. Your evolution becomes so great. Higher patterns begin to form. And the people around you begin to feel your vibration lifting. For when a person is awakened in the heart, their whole vibration lifts. Why? Because the vibration in the heart is high. And your whole energy rises. Your intuition becomes greater. Why? Because you're not living in the lower chakras anymore. Now you're living in the heart. You're feeling. You're understanding. You're progressing. You do everything with the heart. Your career blossoms because you feel in the heart. In the past, when there was criticism about your work, you may have blamed others. You may have taken it incredibly personally. Now you've changed. Yes, you may still feel it. But then you just forgive it and let it go. For you know that the heart doesn't like feeling negativity. And so you choose to let it go. Yes, you may feel it. You may still feel it. But you also know that you must release it. So you let it go. So what you do then is you bring it to the light. My angels, my spirit guides. This person has offended me, and I do not understand what it is that I must learn. And we say to you, and you will feel this, have peace, my friend, and just let it go. Don't hold on to it anymore. Just let it go. For the days will become greater, and your blessings will become greater, and you will become wiser because of this. Wise one, live in your heart. Wise one, choose the ways of love and truth, and of the ways of the heart. When one lives in the heart, the passion goes. And you will choose not to be angry anymore. You will choose not to blame another anymore. You will choose to forgive. The more you forgive, the more room for the light becomes greater in the heart. For the heart is very sensitive to all energies. The heart knows when one carries judgment and blame. The heart is alive. It's a living spirit within you. And it can grow like a larger flame. It's not simply an energy. It's a living entity. And this living entity can become so great within you that it overtakes you with great love. And it can guide you in your life. And it can live with you in such a great way so that love will only reflect back at you. The heart will protect you from all your pain. For when one lives in the heart, one chooses to listen to the heart. And when the heart says, no, not that way, the wise one listens to the heart. And the wise one will not go that way, but will listen to the way of the heart. And that one will always follow the ways of the heart. Is the heart weak? No, friends. The heart is strong and it's a mighty teacher. It knows everything about you and is fully connected with your higher self and the beings above. For it is always in connection with everything. And the heart knows your path. And the heart asks you many times during your life, be strong, stand up for yourself so I can open up greater chambers of love. And at times there may be situations in your life where you have to stand up for yourself. And when someone accuses you, the heart says to you, do not surrender to that pain, but look at their accusations. Pour in the love and then throw it back with great wisdom. Turn it into ways of love, and you will win the game. For love will always win if you stand in your light. Light is stronger than all pain and anger. The people that are not awakened in their heart yet, they will play the blame game. They will throw everything at those ones living in the heart at times. The ones in the heart may become very afraid because they feel vulnerable. They might see these accusations coming at them. They might see all their anger and they will say, how can I win? How can I get over these accusations? And the heart will say to you, do not fear, stand in your strength. Do not allow yourself to fall now. Own thyself. Feel the strength and feel the love and pray for wisdom. When you pray for wisdom, higher frequencies come inside of the heart chambers and you will follow that wisdom. A friend might come along and say, look, it's not so bad. Look at these accusations and then turn them into wiser things. Always work with vibration, friends. Always work with vibration. Never look at a situation as you think it is. For nothing is like you think it is. Nothing in life is like you think it is. Everything is about vibration. And as you've already learned, your heart carries an enormous vibration when you learn to live from heart. When you learn to live from heart and the love in your heart, you will always win when you listen to it. Why? Because you hold that higher vibration. Anything that holds a higher vibration wins the game. That's why when you stand in the light, light will always work for you, no matter what it is. Many people do not understand that, and they work from fear and anger. And all the accusations that they bring to another is always in the lower vibrations, always the fear. Because they believe that others will fall when there's fear. But the one who is wise and the one who stands in their heart knows the sacred secrets. They know when they walk in the heart, angels are with them, guiding them. So they choose to stand and not fall. And in some cases, they will not win in the way that they think they may have won. But they know that they've stood up for truth. And when they stand up for truth, their heart opens up with more love and with more frequencies. And at times, the wisdom is, walk away. Do not keep fighting. Do not keep fighting, but walk away. Will you listen to that wisdom? And at times it is, stand up. Throw it back at them. With love, always. Will you see the wisdom in this? For there are times, friends, where you must learn to listen to your heart so carefully. And your heart will guide you every part of the way. And so your hearts become more alive when you learn to listen to the heart. And we make those frequencies so shiny, like one who polishes glass and diamonds. More and more shine comes inside of your heart. And the more you shine, the more we bring light to it, so it shines even greater. For it reflects straight into the earth, and to other people. And others love seeing your light, of those who desire the light. Those who desire the light will see you grow and will spot you. And they will say, "You're a light worker." And you will say, "How do you know?" And they will say, "Because I see your heart. It's shiny all over." Isn't that a beautiful way to live in life? Isn't it a beautiful way to become strong in life? And to feel your light growing every day. And to say to the light, "Light, strengthen my path every day. And glorify my heart every day." When my heart is glorified, I glorify the light. And I glorify all of life. It's the wise ones who see this. The wise ones look inside of their heart. And they learn to have a connection with the heart by talking to the heart. By aligning themselves with their heart and saying to the heart, "Open up. I desire to feel you. I desire to connect. I'm ready to connect in. For I know that when I'm fully connected in, my life will become more beautiful. I desire that. I desire the passion. I desire the love. I desire the ways of greatness." And so we ask you, dear ones, do you desire the ways of great joy? Do you desire to connect in so deeply so that you feel your heart beat with all of life? Do you desire to feel so connected with every being upon the earth, just like the ancient people did upon your plain? Do you desire that? Do you desire to feel that? And to bring in more, and to speak to the trees, and to speak to the earth, and to speak to every vegetable and fruit that you take and eat, and say, "Thank you for making me more alive. For I realize that you're sacrificing yourself to make every part of me more alive." Let it give you that energy. Let it give you that sustenance. You might say, "Lord Emmanuel, do you realize the toxins in our food?" We say to you this. Do you realize the strength of your bodies? Do you realize that when you bring the light upon your food, that it can clear those toxins and make the food even more alive? Do you realize that the food desires you to bring in the light and desires you to be a part of it so that you can bring more light to your plane? Have you thought about that? The more fresh fruit and the more fresh vegetables you eat, and the more you clear it, the more growth that can come upon your plane, because it becomes a part of you, and you live in greater light, and you give more life to your planet. Please think about that. So with everything that you eat, bless it and say, "Let it become a part of my being, so that my being can become more light and the planet can become more alive." Isn't that a magical way, instead of fearing the food that you've been given, fearing all things? The darkness wants you to fear everything. The darkness wants you to fear all the toxins and all the pesticides. you do not need to live like that. Blessed, bring light and say, clear, 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 and become a part of me so I can be a part of the great blessing upon the earth. Thank you, light, for allowing me to do this. Live a life filled with trust and with greatness, and you will be greatly blessed, and you will feel the connection in your heart, and the heart will forever guide you. Greetings, I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great.